Alright, so we're going to get started here. Got the wheel off. So we need to remove the caliper. There are two 17mm bolts in here. Then there's two screws that hold on the rotor. So we'll pull those out. Those should be pretty easy because I've had them off a couple of times recently, but they do seize in there over time. So having a impact screwdriver is very helpful. And just impact it, and it turns it. So you never want to use that to put them on, just to take them off. So we're going to go ahead and break these loose. Before I take the caliper all the way off, you want to secure it up to something so that it's not just dangling down. So you need to find something to secure it up. Next thing, like I said, is these two screws. Set those off to the side, and now your rotor can come off. So you can see the inside of the rotor there is where those brake shoes ride, and they should be right back in here, but like I said, I had to completely remove them. You can see some marks from where it came apart. So got some new parts. We'll figure it out, I guess. Give it a good clean while we're here. While that's doing its thing, I'm going to round up the parts. So this is the piece that is like gold right now. So this goes in, the cable actually attaches to this and pulls on it, that pin. So what I've got to do is I've got to get the cable through back in here and get this one out. Okay, so got it out, and as you can see, got mangled up pretty good there. So that should be a complete circle that the pin goes through to hold it in place, and it just yank that right apart. So this whole cable needs to be replaced, which I'm sure is going to be a fun job to do. But what we'll do for now is we'll take the new cable, we'll route it through here, get it through so that we can poke everything up and get this thing all squared away. So that's what it should look like. So completely round. Pin will go through that once it's through. this is what failed, this spring. It goes through the brake shoe into this right here. I probably had it like that. It needs to be down. So if you're doing these, make sure that the hook, when it goes through and you rotate it in, goes down and grabs a hold. So you don't end up like me on the side of the road looking like an idiot. So, cable time. So, let's see here. The old one is here. So it goes up through this strap here into a bracket there. All the way up into the cab. Okay, so we removed the driver's side seat, and I went ahead and removed the parking brake handle here. And this, a little easier. So parking brake handle removed from there, and then this is the cable end. So it's a 10mm lock nut, and then a 14mm deal. So we got to take that all off. There's a spring in there, and then I've got to figure out where in the world this goes all the way through the body. Okay, so down here you can see that tube. This. Okay. So that tube right there, where that hole is, there's a spring that goes in there to the adjuster piece. So I took that off, and then this whole cable just slides in this body color white tube. So it's kind of nice to have got this whole tube in there. So I just kind of pushed it a little bit, and now if we go underneath, you can see. Good shot of this. There we go. You can see right there. So that's where the cable goes through. Now we've got that out. Now we just got to figure out the center section. So we've got it disconnected from inside the car at the handbrake. We've got it disconnected from the wheel. That's the old one. Now the new one, the brake setup on the right rear, we've got the new one set up on that, so we'll have to reverse all this to bring that through here. Alright, so we're into the car now. Here's the cable. We've got this bracket in the way. I've been looking. It looks like it's just 2 bolts there and 2 bolts up there. And that's blocking access to the actual cable right here. I can't pull the cable. So we're going to just go ahead and remove this. I think it's just a bracket. A little chassis stiffener, if you will. Okay. So we get that out. Now we actually have looks like we've actually got access to a cable. Okay, so let's see what I'm going to grab a screwdriver here. Looks like we've got a clip up here. Pull that out. Got some sort of a clip in here. So it's not as easy to get to. So I'm going to grab a different screwdriver. This goes in. This actually sits in this piece right here, and it goes through there, but you get all the sheathing and everything on here, and that's not going to want to come out very well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple of wrenches and unbolt that from the driver's side cable so that I can pull that off and deal with that off the car. Alright, so a couple of 10mm wrenches here. Okay, so I've got it routed from here all the way up into its place here and here, through its straps and back into the body. Obviously it's not in the body yet. We gotta put that bracket back up. That's not set in there all the way yet, but that's okay because we will get it attached back up in the body here after we get this bracket put back in, and should be ready to go from there. So we're back here in the body of the car. And you can see down here, there is our new parking brake cable coming through. So a couple of things we need to do. We need to get the spring attached back on, and then the jam nut and the adjuster. And then once we do that, we can start assembling the actual parking brake handle, setting our tension and all that stuff. So here we go.